When I decided to enter the art world, I felt like a huge imposter. I'm standing around at different art events with a glass of wine in my hand and looking out at the trees and wondering what the heck I'm doing in here. My name is Caroline Shuttle. I'm a glass artist. I've been doing glass for 20 odd years. I do pretty much everything except blow glass. I do stained glass, I do kiln formed or fused glass, I do sandblast carved glass, I do sculptural glass, pretty much anything I can think of. I tried to take a course every couple of years just to sort of add to my repertoire. And so I could use different techniques together to produce different effects. Most pieces that I make go into the kiln 2 to 5 times by the time I add different pieces to it, or I airbrush things on it, and to shape it in different ways. Every time into the kiln is usually, say, about 14 hours. There's a long birthing process. I really like making sculptural pieces where I have to figure out technically how I'm going to make it work. I made a big wave, a big whooshing wave. I have a series that I call Splash, and I've made a number of pieces in that series. I've had people come in and say, "Oh, we want you to make this piece for us. We've been saving for 2 years, and it's our 25th anniversary, and we wanted you to make this for us." I've had a number of different things like that, and that's really flattering. When it's a special moment like that, and people come to you to sort of have, be that person that's marking it for them, and that's a pretty nice feeling. I haven't really won that many awards. I won a Ontario Craft Council Design Award and various jurors awards. I learned not to wear sandals in the studio. I was at a course, and I cut a big circle out of a piece of glass, which leaves a really pointed kind of piece like that. And I laid it down beside where I was working, so the piece was sticking out like that. And I was running around trying to get something else, and I kicked it when I went by, and I ended up with about 12 stitches in my foot. Other than that, it's like anything else. You want to wear safety glasses and hearing protection, and the only other kinds of dangers are the danger of doing bad work, becoming boring, That's a whole other kind of danger. I was working in natural resources, forestry, fish and wildlife, and I got laid off. We all got laid off. And so I decided I didn't want to compete with everyone else I worked with for contract positions. So I thought, okay, if this is my chance. If I'm going to do something different, I might as well really go for it and do something different. You probably yourselves find that you define yourself by what you end up doing a lot. And when that all of a sudden changes or is taken away from you, you kind of are left wondering, how do I justify my existence, So when I decided to enter the art world, I felt like a huge imposter. I'm standing around at different art events with a glass of wine in my hand and looking out at the trees and wondering what the heck I'm doing in here. I felt like an imposter for a couple of years, probably. And it's also really hard to, when you feel like that, it's hard to charge money for your work. It's hard, you don't value what you do. At least I didn't for a long, and I know a lot of artists that don't. You don't value what you do for a long time. And then all of a sudden you realize, hey, I've crossed that bridge, and now I really am that person.